Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the video, and this is a paid request for Zack. Thank you so much for that. I do apologize for the lateness of these videos. A lot came in. I'm trying to get to them as soon as I possibly can, but thank you guys for your patience. I do appreciate it. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, PayPal's the best way to do it. Do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box. I'll get to them as soon as I possibly can. So thank you. So Zack wanted me to talk about Chronicle from 2012. Now Chronicle, it actually been a while since I've seen this film, because I did see it back in the day on DVD, because I thought the concept was interesting, and I enjoyed it back then. And watching now, I still enjoy it. I still think it's pretty good. I thought the cast do a pretty solid job. It's a pretty short film, goes at a fast pace. It is a found footage, but at least it's done in a bit unique fashion, because it's found footage, but it's also a superhero story, superpowered story. I did not mind the way Josh Trank directed it. Now, of course, Josh Trank would go on to do the Fantastic Four from 2015, which everybody hates. I don't hate that film. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a classic or underrated. I just didn't hate it. I didn't mind kind of the quiet, somber tone. I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that like wanted to be like a body horror and like serious. It has its issues. I wish we could have seen what Josh Trank fully wanted to do. But again, I don't hate it like other people did. And then he did Capone, which I thought was a very weird, quirky, wild movie. And I did enjoy it for that, so. I guess technically I like all three of the guys' movies. I'm the only one, but. And it's written by Max Landis. And it's interesting like how like Josh Trank, because when that film, Fantastic Four, didn't do well, he like had a meltdown and then pretty much got ostracized from Hollywood, and people said, oh, he was tough to deal with on set and he was a dick and all this other stuff. And then Max Landis, the son of John Landis, who wrote other movies, then apparently he got in trouble because of allegations. And then you never really heard from Max Landis again since. I can't remember the last time someone even mentioned Max Landis, but a lot of people say, yeah, he's a piece of shit, this and that, so. I think, apparently Josh Trank said later that he barred Max Landis from being on set or anything, even during this time. So a lot of stuff about the movie that's a bit weird, but I thought the cast did a good job. You have Dane DeHaan, which I've seen a few stuff, and I liked him in A Tear for Wellness. He was Osborn in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Harry Osborn, Peter Parker's friend. I actually didn't mind him in that. I thought he did a good job as Andrew. That right off the bat you tell his life isn't going so well while living in Seattle. He's bullied. His mom has cancer. His dad is an alcoholic, abusing piece of shit. He's ostracized. He's kind of living in his shell. He has a cousin named Matt, funny enough, same name as me, played by Alex Russell. And then later they meet this kind of popular student, Michael B. Jordan. Early role from him. And I remember seeing this going, wow, I really like Michael B. Jordan, and I really look forward to what he'll do next. Because in this, like, he showed like personality, and he's laughing and jovial, and then a lot of films afterward, they kind of make him more minute and kind of serious. And Like, not a lot of expressiveness on his face or his personality. I'm like, he's got a lot of personality. And you see it in this, so I don't know why he went away from that. But I do like him in this movie. So Andrew, he likes to film himself. At first he films because he threatens his dad, listen, you come in here, I'm filming you. Plus it's also, you could tell, his way of escaping, something to do to take his mind off stuff. He could kind of, when he's behind the camera, kind of separate himself from reality. There's a lot of harshness going on. He's at a party at one point with his cousin, and he meets Steve, played by Michael B. Jordan. He's like, hey, you got a camera. Come with me. Me and your cousin found something. And they find this hole in the ground. They go in. They find this big crystal, blue crystal. Some stuff happens. Next thing you know, they're doing these tests, and you find out that they've gotten these telekinetic powers. And so the chunk of the film is them having fun testing this stuff. I remember this being very unique, with, especially for a found footage film, because when you think of found footage, especially at this time in 2012, you always think of mostly horror films. Even Cloverfield, I mean, that's a monster movie with a little bit of horror, but not really of any other genre. Like I said, this is more of a teen drama / superhero story. Or superpower story, I should say. And that felt a bit different. It felt a bit off the beaten path and a bit more creative. And with the actors doing their jobs well, and you bought them having fun with these telekinetic powers, like this ball test that they're hitting the ball, and one like throws it over there, but it goes right over here and bops someone in the head. Or they try to throw a dandyhan, but he's able to catch it. And I'm like, wow, that's so cool. Let's be it. Like, you're able to do that. And they start playing with these powers more. Like, they play with Legos. Michael B. Jordan is able to move someone's car from one place to the other. Do this prank on a store with a little teddy bear that scares a girl. Nothing too over the top. Until Dandy Han's character, there's someone like honking and messing with them. He does this, that fucks up the vehicle, that goes off to the river, and the cousin, Alex Russell's character, has to go save the person. And listen, we need to be more careful with this. We need to have more rules with this. And soon after, that's when they learn that they can also fly. They learn that they could like make a barrier so they could try to protect themselves. But also, there's some nice character study in here, or character work, I should say. Like, you see Michael B. Jordan and the lead character Andrew bonding with each other for a bit, where Michael B. Jordan's able to open up to him about his parents, and his parents are fighting, and I think they're cheating. One's cheating on the other, and they may get a divorce, or something else may happen. They do these nice little bonding moments between those two. Or they're out flying, and the lead saves Michael B. Jordan, and he's so thankful for it. You, of course, see more of Andrew getting beat on by his dad. But then you have these nice scenes where he's with his mom, who is giving him encouraging... She's giving him encouraging words. He's able to control the camera, so you get these nice, cool shots because he's able to control the camera, and he could be like his own filmmaker, and it give us a reason why you get these cool-looking shots, and, well, how does that make sense? Well, it makes sense because he's doing all this in this fashion. So for me, it makes me feel for Dane DeHaan's character. Well, I think you could easily feel sorry for him and all that he's going through, and about how he's kind of being pushed around and finally got this spark of friends. And I just think the actors did their jobs well. And when at a good enough pace, they didn't feel like it was overstuffed or too many subplots that overworked the story. The amount of spoilers, I know it's a film from 2012, but just in case. The dad tries to fight him one more time, but now he fights back and beats the shit out of the dad. And he's freaking out. He just wants to get away. And Michael B. Jordan follows him. And he's like, leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Get back. And Michael B. Jordan's like, oh, those bruises from your dad. That's not right. He can't be doing that. Just leave me alone, man. And he accidentally, lightning hits. I think more than likely because of Dane DeHaan's like, leave me alone, and accidentally throws lightning or uses lightning to hit Michael B. Jordan. Now, granted, like, the special effects, they're definitely a bit dated. I mean, it was 2012. It wasn't the biggest budget. So the effects are not the best. I would say that looked like one of the weakest bits. Because nighttime, and when I barely even could tell what the hell happened until they speak about it later. Because it's a lower budget, I'm able to be a bit more forgiving, and I can appreciate some of his ambition. And there's some decent looking shots. You know, there's a bit where the Andrew character kind of sitting looking at the camera, and he does this, and a car behind him crumbles into a ball. You know, there's still decent amount of cool moments. You tell that the cousin realizes something is up, and Dane DeHaan wants nothing to do with him. But then later you see that he's crying over Michael B. Jordan's grave and saying, I'm so sorry. I didn't want this to happen. Please forgive me. You tell he's sincere about it. And he's like, whatever this is becoming a part of me. So I do like that moment being in there, that he feels regretful. But now, like, this darkness is overcoming him, where he wants to be the alpha. I forget the term that it was. Not alpha dog, but apex predator. Sorry, that's what it's, apex predator. So like a bullet picks on him, he rips his teeth out. His mom needs money for medication, so he robs some people, some bad guys. But then he robs a gas station, the guy tries to shoot him, he moves the shotgun, it blows up the tank, and he gets in the hospital. And the dad comes in, your mom's dead, your mom died, and I spent all my time looking for you, and it's your fault. And this kind of cool shot where he kind of screams and roars, and you see security footage that the whole fucking wall explodes. And that's where you get a bit more of the superhero bits, where kind of like our one guy's the villain and the cousin is the hero. And I do like this shot with all different kinds of footage. So like whether people with cameras or phones or security footage, and it bounces back among them. So it's like a different way of showing a superhero battle between the two cousins. So I did like that. And it's not just a simple battle, like they're going through the city and they're going through buildings, or I forget, it was like a station. I forget what kind of station it was. So I do like that. I do like it felt a bit bigger than you would think with this kind of movie. Because found footage films are not known for their scope, but it felt a bit bigger Andrew, the cops are coming and he does this and they all fly back and all that stuff. So I like the scale of it. Like I said, the CGI special effects for I guess a film from 2012. Some hold up better than others. To be fair, I also thought the cousin Alex Russell. The actor did fine. I guess I wanted a little bit more development of him. Like they had this little bit where he's going out with this girl, and that kind of felt kind of eh. Like there was a whole lot of it, so it didn't really bring a lot of merit to the film. I don't know, I just thought his character could have been developed a bit more. I would say that's one of my nitpicks. As well as, again, some of the CGI being spotty. Also, I said the spoilers. Because Alex Russell wants to be he's the good guy. He saves the dad. And even Andrew goes, "Why did you save him?" I'm like, yeah, that's one thing. I wish that drunk motherfucker died. The father character should have died. Of all the characters to die, he deserved to die the most. The fact he doesn't get killed, the fact that he lives, the fact he doesn't get to be comeuppance. I mean, he'd be knocked out and be in the hospital for a bit, but I really want him to get a bit of comeuppance. More so, and I think of all the characters, I think he should have easily died, so the fact they didn't kill him off, that was a bit annoying to me. I think it would have been like something satisfying for the audience. Yeah, get that motherfucker. He deserved it. I would have had where he, I don't know, made it where his. Well, I guess that would affect the rating, but maybe if you hide it enough, like rip his limbs apart or something. Because the drunk father, he deserved any bad thing he could get. But it was a fun bit of battle. Like there's a bit where Alex Russell and his girlfriend are in a car. I see a POV of them flying around the car because Andrew's controlling it and stuff. Like I said, maybe not the most fluent CGI, but yeah, ambitious for the budget they had. And yeah, I think the actors did their jobs well. I thought Alex Russell, him begging, "Please stop, I'm sorry, I wish I was there for you. We could leave together, I wasn't there for you." Trying to reason with him, trying to help him, begging, "Please don't make me do this." So at least there was a try. At least there, I felt that emotion. I thought Alex Russell carried that off well. And ultimately, he has to impale his cousin. He flies off, and then the last scene is in Tibet because Andrew had mentioned one of the places he loved to go is Tibet. And he apologized to him, and he says he's going to do some good. He's going to try to do some good things and help people and find out what happened to us. And he leaves the camera there because that was Andrew's camera, and he wanted to left him at Tibet, and he's going to go off do his own thing. So that was another thing I liked when I first saw it, that so many movies, so many found footage films had a depressing ending. Had an ending where everybody died, where everybody was killed off. And wow, this is one of those few that didn't happen. And wow, it's kind of a superhero origin story of this guy, Matt, played by Alex. It's a superhero origin story. He's going to go and help people, and probably won't have a costume, but I thought, yeah, that's kind of cool. I think because I liked the concept, I thought the three actors did a very solid job. Really did feel sorry for the lead character. I thought Michael B. Jordan and Alex Russell gave good support to that. It didn't overstay its welcome. It's only an hour and 20-some minutes. It might be like an hour and 18 minutes or so without the credits. I can't remember. I thought some of the ambitious like ideas were fun for what budget they had. I thought the characters kind of felt natural in their excitement for these powers. I probably would not have been doing the pranks that they were doing, but I can understand some people would feel that's a bit over the line. I can see that, but I guess I could deal with it. It didn't bother me a whole lot, and overall, I was still entertained by it. I still do like the film. I still thought it was pretty decent. I think this did make a bit of money. I am surprised they never did a sequel. Whether it be a different group of people and they're going through the similar things or whatever the case. Because this did make some money. I actually want to see real quick. Because it cost 15 million and it made, let me see. Sorry, I get the box office. 64 million in the US, a total of 126 million worldwide. So on a 12 to 15 million dollar budget and you make over 60 million in the US alone, over 120 million worldwide, that's a pretty good success. Now it says here, oh, Fox hired Matt Landis to write the script for a sequel, but the involvement of Trank as director was unclear. Fox was not happy with the script, but then 2013 Landis said Fox liked the script, which would be darker in tone. Production was moving forward. July 2013, new writers had taken over to write the film. Josh Trank commented in 2020 that following the experience of making Chronicle, he was never on board with the sequel. While he thought the sequel script was fine, he felt that it had nothing to do with what I wanted to do, the original film. He did what he could to stall progress on it. I really didn't ever want to see Chronicle 2 happen. That was my worst nightmare. First of all, I'm not doing it. Second, if somebody else does it, then he knows it's going to be a piece of shit. Oh, okay. Josh Trank definitely doesn't mince words. I mean, maybe he's right. Because there's a lot of sequels that are not as good as the originals, so maybe if they did do a sequel, it would have sucked. In 2021, a female-led sequel was officially announced, set 10 years after the events of the first film. Well, obviously that's not going to happen. That was 2021, and you haven't heard a damn thing since, so again, maybe it's for the better. Not every film needs a sequel. This did have an ending. It did kind of... There's no other story to tell. I was just saying I'm surprised because they make a sequel to anything, but I guess there you go. They tried. But yeah, maybe it's for the best. Just have it be one film. Again, not every film needs a sequel. It told a story had an ending, you move on. Sometimes that's all you have to be. So with that said, thanks once again, Zack. This was fun to rewatch again. And like I said, I liked how it really delved into, again, this guy you felt sorry for that had everything going against him, and he was trying, and he got this taste of power, but he was still trying to be a decent person, and just how life just kept knocking him down. So when he did what he did, it didn't feel too out of the blue. It didn't feel like it was unearned. It didn't feel like, well, it just became a villain just because it's Tuesday. No, it felt, you understand, I hate to say the word villain, but you understand his progression, which is more than what other films do, to be honest. At least I could understand it. You may not agree with it, of course. Don't agree with what he did, but you understand it. His point of view, what he was thinking. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.